Act 1, Scene 0, lights up.
Come this way, Alice. Let's get settled before we start today's lessons.
Lessons? I thought you said we were going to play croquet.
Spread the blanket right here. Let's begin. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Guide to Good Manners and Etiquette. Chapter 1, Webinar Rules. As a respectful audience member, it is important to remember that your cameras and microphones are not enabled. If you have any technical challenges, please email wonderland@sterlingplaymakers.org. It is also critical to note that we will break for a 10-minute intermission between Act 1 and Act 2. We hope you enjoy the show. Chapter 2, Greetings and Introductions. When you're greeting new people, do so face to face.
I'm late. Oh! Ow!
Lights out. Act 1, Scene 1, at the bottom of the rabbit hole in Wonderland. Lights up.
Ow! Oh! Oh! What a curious place. I wonder how many miles I've fallen. I know it sounds most odd, but I've just fallen down a rabbit hole. Oh, I swear it's true. I've never been known to lie. You see, I was sitting by my sister in an open field. I was bored. I often am. Once or twice I peeped into the book she was reading, but there were no pictures or conversation in it. And what is the use of a book without pictures or conversation?
Oh dear, I shall be late. The Duchess, won't she be savage if I've kept her waiting?
Oh, there it is, the white rabbit. Who ever heard of a rabbit with a pocket or a watch to take out of it? That's why I followed it. It popped down a large hole under the hedge. I imagine I must be somewhere near the center of the earth. Let me see. That would be about 4,000 miles down, I think.
Oh, the Duchess, I'm late.
If you please, Mom.
What's that? Who's talking?
My name is Alice.
Then Alice can't be my name, can it?
Miss?
You have to be who you are. I have to be who I am. If you're Alice, I'm obviously someone else.
Yes, I think so.
You think? You don't know? If you don't know who you are, I could be Alice. You could be the White Rabbit.
I don't feel the least bit like a white rabbit.
Perhaps you're a Welsh rabbit. I'm late.
I wonder if you could tell me what this place is called.
I could. I don't know if I should. Good information is awfully wasted on stupid folk.
There's no need to be rude.
There's no need to be polite either. That's the way things are here in Wonderland.
Is that where I am? Wonderland.
Oh, the Duchess, I'm late.
Oh, please wait. I have so many questions. Oh, up in the field, she seemed the same size as any other rabbit. Down here, she's large indeed. Or maybe I've gotten smaller. Oh, I wish I hadn't fallen. I wish my sister would poke her head down and say, "Come up again, Alice. I don't want to be all alone down here."
Stop crying! Stop crying! You're making a flood!
Who's that? There's no flood here. I'm simply crying.
Stop sobbing! Stop sobbing! I'm drowning!
Oh dear. Oh dear, how peculiar. The water's rising. I've got to keep my chin above the water.
If you weren't so big, you wouldn't have made this ocean.
I'm not big, I'm small. At least I think I am.
Don't think. It's drier that way.
Oh, Mouse, do you know the way out of this pool? I am getting tired of swimming about.
I don't know why I should tell you anything. Look at this salty soup you've gotten me into.
Oh, Mouse, please don't go.
There's no sense of staying, you know. You're not very good company.
Oh, I do wish I could get to shore. Did you say something?
How do you do, my dear?
I don't do too well, thank you. I'm not a very good swimmer.
Don't worry, the pond will soon dry up.
How is that possible?
Anything is possible in Wonderland.
Simply think backwards.
Backwards?
Think what it was like before you started to cry.
I'll do my best.
Woo!
I'm dripping wet.
I'm cross. Comfortable.
I want to be dry.
If I were back home, I'd fetch some fluffy towels.
Well, you're not back home, so that isn't helpful. Be helpful.
Helpful? I'm trying.
I could sing something.
Will your singing dry my feathers?
Well, won't make them any wetter.
Well, in that case, I suggest you begin the concert.
The Duchess. The Duchess. Oh, my fur and my whiskers and my paws. Oh, I'm dripping wet. Don't get me executed as sure as ferrets are ferrets. Oh.
Good gracious, what's the matter with the fellow?
I dropped my fan and my white kid gloves. I have to hop back home and fetch some others. Oh.
Things indeed are getting curiouser and curiouser.
What part shall I sing first?
The encore.
I'm not a real turtle, you know, a mock turtle. So when I sing, you shouldn't expect to hear a real song.
I'm still wet. Sing.
Beautiful soup, so rich and green, waiting in a hot tureen. Who for such dainties would not stoop? Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Soup of the evening, beautiful soup. Beautiful, beautiful soup. Beautiful soup. Who cares for fish, game, or any other dish? Who would not give all else for two pennyworth only of beautiful soup? Pennyworth only of beautiful soup.
Beautiful soup. Beautiful
soup.
of the evening. Beautiful soup.
Beautiful soup.
That's quite nice, but sad.
Well, you could have said it was sad but nice.
I'm still wet.
I'm afraid I'm still damp.
No, my feathers are still stuck together.
I know what we can do. We can have a caucus race.
Yes, yes.
A caucus race by all means.
Good idea.
What is a caucus race?
Well, it's the best way to get us dry, and, well, the best way to explain it is to do it. We get in a circle. Wonderful.
When do we begin?
Whenever we like.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Oh, what fun! What madness!
I do believe there's going to be a winner.
Oh, you're in front of me, but you're in back of me as well.
When do we stop?
Whenever we like.
Faster! Faster!
Faster! Faster!
Faster!
The race is over!
I'm quite out of breath. I'm dry.
Naturally, you're dry.
That's why we had the race.
Who has won?
Everybody has one, and all must have prizes.
Who's to give the prizes?
Why, she, of course.
Oh dear, I don't know if I have anything appropriate. I know. Gumdrops. Luckily the water didn't get into them.
Prizes! Prizes!
Prizes.
Exactly one apiece all around.
She must have a prize herself.
Of course. What else have you got in your pocket?
Only a thimble.
Well, give it here.
We beg your acceptance of this elegant thimble.
It all seems so absurd. They all look so grave. I don't want to laugh. Thank you. I do wish I had Dinah here with me.
And who is Dinah, if I might venture to ask?
My cat.
Did you say cat?
Oh dear, I forgot mice don't like cats.
Not like cats? Would you like cats if you were me? Nasty, low, vulgar things. Don't let me hear the name cat again.
I didn't mean to upset you. Actually, she's better with birds than she is mice.
I really must be going.
The air doesn't suit my throat.
It's high time we were all in bed.
I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sure if you met Dinah, you'd find her quite good company. I've gone and done it. No one in Wonderland seems to like a cat. I wonder if I shall ever see my Dinah again. I mustn't cry. Not after what happened the last time.
Always speak the truth. Think before you speak. Write it down afterward.
Here comes someone. Perhaps she could help me. Oh dear, she does look odd. Like a walking chess piece.
Where do you come from? Where are you going? Look up, speak nicely, and don't twiddle your fingers all the time.
I was wondering if you could help me. I'm afraid I've lost my way.
I don't know what you mean by your way. All the ways about here belong to me. Why did you come out here at all? Curtsy while you're thinking of what to say. It saves time. Why are you staring?
It's your crown. It looks exactly like a chess piece.
It is a chess piece. I'm the red chess queen. Don't you know anything? Look out there. What do you see?
Why, the countryside looks exactly like a giant chessboard.
Open your mouth a little wider when you speak and always say, Your Majesty.
There ought to be some chess men moving about. And so there are. It's a great, huge game of chess that's being played all over the world. Oh, what fun it is. I wouldn't mind being a pawn if I could only join in the game. I should like to be queen best, though. Your Majesty.
That's easily managed. When you get to the 8th square, you'll be a queen.
That's all there is to it?
You're not there yet.
Oh, my sister will be so surprised. And Dinah.
No more talking. Only running.
Running?
Faster, faster.
Where are we going?
Faster, faster. Now, now.
This is stranger than the caucus race.
Faster, faster, faster. You may rest a little now.
Why, I don't believe we've gone anywhere. Everything's just as it was.
How else would you have it?
In my country, you generally get somewhere else if you run very fast for some time, as we've been doing.
A slow sort of country. Now, here, you see, it takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place. If you want to get somewhere else, you must run at least twice as fast. And remember, in Wonderland, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
How am I to reach the 8th square?
Take a train, I should think. You'll reach the 4th square in no time. That square belongs to Tweedledum and Tweedledee. The 5th is mostly water. The 6th belongs to Humpty Dumpty. The 7th square is mostly forest. However, one of the knights will show you the way. And in the 8th square, we shall be queens together, monarchs supreme, all feasting and fun.
I can't wait to get started. Could we go at once?
Oh, hey!
Whatever is that? What do you suppose the poor girl has done?
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, she stole those tarts, and took them quite away.
Off with her head!
I do wish she'd stop saying that.
Off with her head! Don't forget the croquet game. Bring your own flamingo.
Yes, ma'am.
Proceed. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Off with her head.
Isn't the poor girl to get a trial?
I suppose.
Why do you have to bring a flamingo to her croquet game?
Silly question. Queen of Hearts is ruler here. We do as she commands. We use the flamingos as mallets to hit the croquet ball. Come along. The 8th square is quite some distance. We'll have to run at least twice as fast as before. Faster, faster!
Wait, please wait. I'm running as fast as I can. Don't go without me. Wait! Wait!
Lights out. Act 1, Scene 2. A path. Lights up.
You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet, you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? Do it. Do it.
Hello there.
Who are you?
I hardly know Mom at present. I knew who I was when I got up this morning.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I'm afraid I can't put it any more clearly. Wonderland is a strange place and it does confuse one.
Not a bit.
Well, it certainly confuses me.
You? Who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why?
I'm not going to stand here and listen to any more nonsense.
That's all you're going to hear in this place. North, east, south, west. It's all nonsense. Wait!
Well,
can you recite my favorite poem?
what is your favorite poem?
You are old, Father William.
I'll do my best.
Begin?
You are old, Father Williams, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think, at your age, it is right?
Another verse, only louder. Don't slur your words.
In my youth, Father Williams replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain, but now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why I do it again and again.
Another verse with more feeling this time.
You are old, Father Williams, the young man said, and have grown uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that?
Stop! That is not said right. Wrong from beginning to end.
I wish you creatures in Wonderland wouldn't be so easily offended.
You'll get used to it in time.
For the Duchess, an invitation to play croquet. For the Duchess?
The Duchess! The Duchess! Oh, won't she be savage if I've kept her waiting?
An invitation to play croquet?
Oh, the Duchess! The Duchess! I'm late!
For the Duchess! From the Queen of Hearts! An invitation to play croquet.
There's no use knocking.
Why not?
First, because I answer the door and I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, because they're making so much noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, you will.
But if no one answers the door, how am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That is the question.
It's really dreadful the way all the creatures argue in Wonderland. It's enough to drive one crazy. And I'm sure the caterpillar was wrong. I won't get used to it in time.
Suit yourself.
But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
There's no use talking to her. She's perfectly idiotic. Anybody home?
Lights out. Act 1, Scene 3, in the Duchess's kitchen. Lights up.
Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. Achoo! He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Achoo!
Wow, wow, wow! Soup needs more pepper.
There's too much pepper in that soup.
Too much pepper in the soup? Achoo!
Would you tell me what that is?
Don't you know anything? That is a Cheshire cat.
It's not a cat at all. It's a smile.
More like a grin.
More pepper? Achoo!
I've often seen a cat without a grin, but a grin without a cat? It's the most curious thing I've ever seen in all my life.
Well, you haven't seen much then, and that's a fact, pig.
I beg your pardon?
Why, I don't beg yours. You shouldn't beg mine. It's only fair. Besides, begging isn't nice.
Be careful. You might hurt the baby.
More pepper? Achoo!
Please, would you tell me why your cat grins like that?
What a dull girl you are. It's a Cheshire cat. I told you, they always grin. It's all they're good for.
I didn't know that Cheshire cats always grinned. In fact, I didn't know that they could grin at all.
Well, they can, and most of them do.
Mind what you're doing.
Here, you take it. I must get ready to play croquet with the queen.
If I don't take this child away, there's no telling what might happen to it. Achoo! Please don't sneeze so close to the baby.
It's not a baby. Achoo!
Don't pepper the baby.
It's a pig. See for yourself.
Oh my, it is a pig. Don't grunt.
I need more pepper.
Grunting is not a proper way of expressing yourself. If you're going to turn into a pig, my dear, I'll have nothing more to do with you.
Give it here. I know how to deal with this sort.
If it had grown up, it would have been a dreadfully ugly child.
But a rather handsome pig, I think.
I can't stand here making no progress. I'm on my way to the 8th chess square.
In that case, you're going to need some pepper.
Oh, do stop. Please stop.
Wow, wow, wow.
Lights out. Act 1, Scene 4. Another path. Lights up.
Whatever has become of that little girl? She'll never make it to the 8th square the way she runs in place.
Nonsense.
You can't be off to play croquet with the Queen.
Why not?
You haven't got a flamingo.
I have an invitation. An invitation is worth 2 flamingos.
Well, we mustn't keep her waiting. You know how angry the Queen of Hearts can get.
I know how angry I can get when I stand in one place for too long.
Shall we run twice as fast?
Why not?
I'm late. I'm late. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm late. I'm late. Oh.
That looks like quite a good-natured cat. Perhaps he can help me.
It's nice seeing you again.
Again? Have we ever met?
Back at the Duchess's. Don't you remember me? I'm the Cheshire Cat.
I met your grin there, but I didn't meet you.
I was there all along. I fade in and out whenever the mood strikes.
Where's your grin?
Back in the kitchen. You don't suppose I carry it everywhere I go? Someone might steal it.
I wonder if you could tell me the way out of these woods.
Well, it all depends a great deal on where you want to get to. In that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction a marcher. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, but you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
Well, you must be, or you wouldn't have come here. Tell me, do you play croquet with the Queen today?
I should like to. I haven't been invited.
Oh, I forgot to ask. What became of the baby?
It turned into a pig.
I thought it would. It always does.
Oh, the 8th square! How do I reach it? Oh, Cheshire Cat, won't you come back? Oh. Oh! I beg your pardon. I didn't mean to stare. This must be Tweedledum and Tweedledee. I'm in the 4th square. Tell me, which is the best way out of these woods?
You've begun wrong. The first thing in a visit is to say, how do you do? And shake hands. How do you do?
Oh, how do you do?
Shall we dance?
Delighted. Four times around is enough for one dance.
Know how?
Contrary-wise.
I hope you're not tired from your little dance. I have so much to ask.
Thank you for asking.
Much obliged. Do you like poetry?
Would you please tell me which path I should take?
The Walrus and the Carpenter is our favorite.
I don't think I'd care to hear it.
It's all about a walrus and a carpenter who trick some oysters into taking a walk with them.
And then they eat the oysters.
You shouldn't laugh. I feel sorry for the little oysters.
Don't be. They weren't real.
Besides, you haven't heard the poem.
I don't intend to.
In that case, we'll begin at once.
Oh, selfish things.
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. They wept like anything to see such quantities of sand.
If this were only cleared away, they said.
Oh, oysters, it would be grand if you come and walk with us. The walrus did beseech.
A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach.
We cannot do with more than 4 to give a hand to each.
The eldest oyster looked at him, but never a word he said.
Lights out.
No room, no room,
No room, no room, no room.
no room.
Act 1, Scene 5, The Mad Hatter's Tea Party. Lights up.
More tea?
How nice, how civilized. Tea time.
Yeah.
Hope I'm not intruding.
No room!
No room, no room, no room, no room.
There's plenty of room.
Who is she?
Didn't you invite her?
Certainly not. There's no room for extra guests.
Have some wine?
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
And it wasn't polite of you to offer it.
It wasn't polite of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's set for a great many more than 3. Both of you leaning on the dormouse must be very uncomfortable for the poor thing. Only as it's asleep, I suppose it doesn't mind.
Your hair wants cutting, yes?
You shouldn't make personal remarks. Very rude.
Oh, huh. Well, what day of the month is it? I do say.
The 4th.
Right. One moment, please. Here. 2 days wrong. I told you butter wouldn't suit the wax.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have got in as well. You shouldn't have used the bread knife, no?
What a funny watch. It tells the day of the month and doesn't tell the hour.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is, dear?
Of course not. That's because it stays the same year for such a long time.
Oh, which is just the case with mine, Alice.
I don't understand you.
Oh, hey. The dormouse is asleep again.
Pour some tea on its nose.
Got it.
Of course. Just what I was going to write myself.
I want a clean cup. Can we all move on, please?
All right. If I must. Yeah, Alice, I think, yes, I think if you knew time as well as I do, well, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you've never even spoken to time.
Thank you.
I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
That accounts for it. Time went sound beating. I quarreled with time last March, just before she went mad, and
March, how's the March hair?
Don't you remember? Don't you remember? It was at the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts. I had to sing, I had to sing, twinkle, twinkle, little bats, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea train in the sky. Trickle, trickle, twinkle.
Twinkle,
Pinch its nose and make it stop. It's already been used. Oh, please, let's all move one place, please.
Yes, this time. Memories. I'd hardly finished the first Alice. I'd hardly finished the first verse when the Queen bawled out, he's murdering the time! Off with his head!
She does like that expression.
You know, heaven knows, ever since then, time, he won't do a thing. It's always tea time now. No time, Alice, to wash the plates, the cups, the saucers. Yeah?
That's why you keep changing places.
If things get used up, oh, there must be a clean cup somewhere. Oh.
But what would you do when you're back where you've started?
I'm getting tired of this. Tell us a story.
Yes.
I'm afraid I don't know one.
Wake up, Dormouse.
I wasn't asleep. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
A story.
Yes. And yes, and be quick about it, yes? Or you'll be asleep again before it's done.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little sisters, and their names were Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly, and they lived at the bottom of a molasses well.
What did they live on?
Molasses, of course. What else?
Some more tea?
I haven't had any yet.
So she can't take any more.
No. You mean you can't take any less? It's easier to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Oh, look who's making personal remarks now, Alice.
Oh dear, the dormouse has fallen asleep again.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
And so, these 3 little sisters, they were learning to draw, you know.
What did they draw?
Well, you could draw water out of a water well, so I should think you could draw molasses out of a molasses well.
But they were in the well.
Well, of course they were. Well, in...
Stop it at once! Stop what I say!
Let's put the dormouse in the teapot.
Oh, good idea!
Oh, yes.
Never compare again. It's the stupidest tea party I ever was at in my whole life.
No room.
No room. Place, please.
Lights out.
No room.
End Act 1. Welcome back. Act 2, Scene 1, in the Garden of Live Flowers. Lights up.
Would you stop splashing paint all over me like that?
I couldn't help it. You judged my elbow.
Oh, that's right. Always lay blame on others.
Hey, you better not talk. I heard only yesterday that the Queen said you deserve to be beheaded.
What for?
That's none of your business.
This is his business. I'll tell him. As for bringing the cook to the brutes instead of onions.
Oh, of all the unjust things.
Am I about done?
Almost.
Why are you painting that rose?
This is supposed to be a red flower, but we accidentally painted it white. And if the Queen were to find out, she would be furious. There. Well, let's be on our way.
I'm trying to reach the 8th square. I seem to have missed the train station.
Question is, did it miss you?
Might as well try talking to the flowers as to get any sense from those two.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Oh!
I didn't mean to startle you.
I didn't know you could talk.
I can talk when there's anybody worth talking to.
Can all the flowers talk?
As well as you can, and a great deal louder.
This has got some sense in it, though it's not a clever one.
She has a nice color.
I don't care so much about the color. If only her petals curled up a bit more, she'd be all right.
I'm not a flower. I'm a human being.
That's your problem.
Well, are you frightened at being planted out here? What would you do if any danger came? There's a tree nearby. What on earth could a tree do?
It could say bow wow. That's why its branches are called boughs.
Didn't you know that?
She's talking flowers!
Silence, every one of you!
How is it that you can all talk?
Put your hand down and feel the ground.
It's very hard. In most gardens, they make the flower bed too soft so that the flowers are always asleep. I never thought of that before. Are there any more people in the garden?
People like you mean?
Yes. There's another female in the garden somewhere.
Same awkward shape as you, but she's much paler.
Her petals are shorter, I think.
Does she ever come out here? She's coming this way now.
I hear her footsteps thump, thump along the gravel walk.
I do not want to listen to her. She talks such nonsense.
Like this one.
Let's plant ourselves someplace else. They not only talk, they walk. Things indeed are getting curiouser and curiouser. Someone's lost her shawl, all torn and dirty.
Bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter.
I have your shawl. This is your shawl, isn't it?
Bread and butter, bread and butter.
Oh dear, I do hope she'll be able to carry on a decent conversation. Am I addressing the White Queen?
Well, yes. If you call that a dressing, I've been a dressing myself for 2 hours now. Nothing I wear fits right.
May I put your shawl straight for you? Poor thing, she's covered with pins holding her dress together.
Oh, temperamental shawl. There's no pleasing it. I pinned it all along one side.
It won't hang right if you pin it all on one side. Dear me, what a state your hair is in.
Oh, quite true, dear. I am a mess. The brush got tangled in my hair. I lost the comb yesterday.
I could tidy up your hair if you like, but you should have a maid.
Oh, you shall be my maid. I'll pay you 2 cents a week and jam every other day.
I don't like jam.
Oh, well, you couldn't have it if you did want it.
Why not?
The rule is jam tomorrow, jam yesterday, but never jam today. That's the effects of living backwards.
I've never heard of such a thing. Living backwards?
Oh, I can remember things that happened the week after next. My memory works both ways, backwards and forwards. Ooh.
I'm sure mine only works one way. I can't remember things before they happen. What sort of things do you remember best?
I remember the trial of the knave of hearts who stole the tarts, and it hasn't even happened yet. oh, my finger. It's bleeding.
Did you nick your finger?
Not yet, but I shall when I fasten my shawl with this brooch.
Well, now you've gone and done it.
Of course, I told you I would. Weren't you listening?
Why don't you scream out now and jump about?
Well, I've already done all the screaming and jumping. What would be the use of doing it all over again?
Everything is so different here. I can't believe much of what I see and hear.
You just need practice. Now, close your eyes and turn around. Keep turning. Butterfly, butterfly, bladder, 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 bladder.
Am I doing this right? I'm getting dizzy.
Going around in circles won't get you anywhere.
Where's the White Queen?
Would you like to hear a tale?
She was here a moment ago. Besides, I've heard quite enough stories since I've been in Wonderland. Thank you.
Stories? Who's talking about stories? I'm talking about a tale. My tale. Mine is a very long and sad tale.
It certainly is long. But why is it sad?
Fury said to a mouse that he met in the house, "Let us both go to the law." You're not paying attention.
I beg your pardon.
What's the sense of telling my tale if no one's listening?
Quite true.
I will prosecute you. Come, I'll take no denial. We must have a trial.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Surrender! Surrender!
Oh dear, oh dear!
She's the one who they call herself Alice, and take her to the Queen. You villain! You're my prisoner! Surrender! Surrender!
Lights out. Act 2, Scene 2, a path. Lights up.
Now where has the Mock Turtle gone?
Jury duty? Did you ever hear the like?
Well, I know nothing about justice.
It's the first qualification.
Well, it says here the prisoner is the Knave of Hearts.
I wonder what he's done.
He stole some tarts.
Do you think we should go?
I think we'd better.
Doesn't do to anger the queen.
We could have some fun on the way.
Like what?
We'll think of something.
Another caucus race?
Yes, I always
Yes, another caucus
race.
Sure, serving on a jury. It's nonsense.
I hope it's safe. Is it?
Why don't you ask me? After all, I'm sitting here.
Humpty Dumpty! Oh, I'm in the set square. How exactly like an egg she is.
It's very provoking to be called an egg.
I said you looked like an egg. Some eggs are very pretty.
Some people have no more sense than a baby. Tell me your name and your business.
My name is Alice.
A stupid name. What does it mean?
Must a name mean something?
My name means the shape I am. Good, beautiful shape. With a name like Alice, you could be any shape.
Why do you sit out here all alone?
I'm not alone. You're with me.
Well, what would you do if any danger came?
If I did fall off, the King of Hearts has promised to send all his horses and all his men.
Can't imagine what good that would do.
Why not?
Everybody knows the answer to that. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again.
Stop! What a terrible verse. Not a word of truth to it.
I didn't mean to upset you.
Change the subject. I insist.
That's a lovely belt you've got on. Or is it a bow tie?
It's a most provoking thing when a person can't tell the difference between a belt and a bow tie.
Well, I'm not used to dealing with eggs.
It's a bow tie, child, and a beautiful one, as you say. A present from their majesties, the King and Queen of Hearts. They gave it to me for an unbirthday present.
What is an unbirthday?
A present given when it isn't your birthday, of course. How many days are there in a year?
365.
And how many birthdays have you?
1.
There you have it. Only 1 day for presents. With unbirthdays, you get presents 365 days. Now, I shall recite.
Please don't.
'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave.
I won't listen to another poem.
Dear me, you are disagreeable. The piece I shall now repeat was written entirely for your amusement. The least you could do is be courteous. In winter, when the fields are white, I sing this song for your...
No!
Oh, very well.
Well, I'd best be on my way. Goodbye, until we meet again.
I wouldn't know you again if we did meet. You're so exactly like other people. You have the same face everybody else has. 2 eyes, nose in the middle, mouth under. Now, if you had 2 eyes on the same side of the nose, for instance, or the mouth at the top, that would be some help.
It wouldn't look nice.
Wait until you've tried.
Of all the unsatisfactory people I've ever met.
Lights out. Act 2, Scene 3. A wood. Lights up.
What fun! Oh, what madness!
I do believe there's going to be a winner.
Faster!
Faster! Faster! Faster!
Prizes! Prizes!
Prizes! Prizes!
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm quite out of gumdrops.
Prizes!
The least you could do is say goodbye.
Oh, with her head! Oh, with her head! Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
Excuse me?
What have you done?
Nothing, Your Majesty.
Doing nothing in Wonderland is a crime. Very well. You have a nice face. I'll excuse you this time. I do feel faint. Give me a ham sandwich.
I'm afraid I don't have a ham sandwich.
Hey then.
Hey?
There's nothing like a mouthful of hay when you're faint.
I should think throwing cold water over you would be better.
Who do you see down the road?
Nobody.
I only wish I had such eyes to be able to see nobody, and at this distance too. Remarkable.
Seems ordinary to me.
Are you coming to the trial?
I'm looking for my crown.
We shouldn't look for it here. The light's no good. Why would you want a crown?
I'm going to be Queen Alice.
Foolish sort of ambition, really. Anyway, what's an Alice?
Bread and butter, butter, bread and butter, bread and butter.
Look, the White Queen. How fast she can run.
There's some enemy after her, no doubt. The woods are full of them.
If that's true, aren't you going to help her?
No use. She runs far too quick. You might as well try and catch a bandersnatch. Now, if you'll excuse me, my dear, I really must find a ham sandwich.
I wonder if you could tell me first how to reach the 8th square. I'd be so grateful.
I'm so glad you had the opportunity to meet me. Ta-ta.
I get so angry at this place.
Ahoy! Ahoy!
Now what? You're the knight who did battle with the card soldier. Did you win?
Oh, I always win. It's hardly any fun when I lose. So if I lose, I say I've won. That way, I always feel very good about myself.
Doesn't sound like sensible reasoning to me.
You're quite right. It's no sense at all, my dear. It's no reason either. I see you're admiring my lunch pail. It's my own invention. I carry it upside down so no rain will get in.
But things can get out. Do you know the lid's open?
Oh, no, I didn't know. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All the things must have fallen out. The mustard, the mayonnaise, the dog biscuits.
There's a mouse trap on your horse's neck.
Another invention of mine.
It isn't likely there would be any mice on a horse.
But if they do come, I don't want them running about. It's a good idea to be prepared for anything.
Perhaps you could help me? I'm awfully tired. I don't believe I can walk another step. I'm trying to reach the 8th square.
Delighted. I hope you've got your hair well fastened. The wind gets strong. Hop on. Whoa! Oh, whoa! Whoa!
I can't believe you've had a lot of practice.
What makes you say that?
Because people don't fall off when they've had a lot of practice.
Well, I've had plenty of practice. The great art of riding is to keep your balance properly. You've only a few yards to go. You go down the hill, over a little brook, and then you'll be Queen Alice. So climb up on back. Okay, you comfy?
Yes. Thank you.
Hold tight. Oh, here we go.
Oh!
Oh! Oh, horsey! Oh, horsey! Oh!
Oh!
Lights out. Act 2, Scene 4. Near the courtroom. Lights up.
You've missed the fish and soup.
Bread and butter, bread and butter, bread and butter.
Don't forget the mutton.
And we mustn't forget the pudding.
Ahoy! Ahoy! Ahoy!
Now what?
Here we go. Young lady, you'll find your crown.
Uninvited guest to the banquet.
Here we go, young lady. You'll find your crown somewhere near, I have no doubt.
Thank you. You've been very kind.
I hope so, but you didn't cry as much as I thought you would. Oh, well. Oh, okay. Oh.
Look what you're doing!
Clumsy! Go.
The fellow's falling off his horse.
That is no way to get anywhere.
He's really not the horseman he thinks he is.
Oh, it's about time you got here.
Were you expecting me?
Queen Alice.
You're mud still.
Oh, this is grand. I never expected I should be a queen so soon.
I invite you to Alice's dinner party this afternoon.
And I invite you too.
Well, I didn't know I was to have a party. But if there is to be one, I think I ought to invite the guests.
We gave you the opportunity of doing it, but I can see you haven't had many lessons in manners.
No. Can you do addition?
Yes.
Oh, what's 1 and 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 1?
I don't know. I lost.
She can't do addition.
No. Okay. Take a bone from a dog. What remains?
Well, the bone wouldn't remain if I took it. The dog wouldn't remain. It would come to bite me. And I'm sure I wouldn't remain.
So, you think nothing would remain?
I think that's the answer. Yes.
Wrong. The dog's temper would remain.
Perhaps she'd feel better if we introduce her to the mutton.
Good idea. Bring in the mutton.
I don't want to meet anyone else.
Oh, don't be shy, Alice. You must learn to meet people.
Alice, mutton, mutton, Alice.
I don't care to be introduced to a leg of lamb, if you don't mind.
But the leg of lamb does mind. Mutton has feelings too, you know.
Oh, take care, take care.
Oh, something's going to happen.
It's the mutton. It's trying to run away.
Oh, catch it! Oh, bread and butter!
They're going to have to run awfully fast to catch that leg of lamb. Oh, goodness! The leg of lamb sprouted wings! It's flying away! Here I am in the 8th square, and I don't have my crown, and no one seems friendly. I wonder if I shall ever be home to see my sister and Dinah again.
The Queen of Hearts? The Queen of Hearts. Oh, won't she be savage if I've kept her waiting?
I wish I never saw you in that hedge.
Gracious. What a thing to say. What's the matter, Alice?
You're a fine one to ask. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here. First, I was told I could have my crown and become Queen Alice. All I had to do was find the 8th square. Well, I've reached it, and I'm still as I was. No one has been friendly to me. I'm lonely, and I'm lost, and I do so need a friend.
That's a splendid idea. I would like a friend myself. I never had one, you know.
Why not?
I never gave it much thought. I know. You could be my friend, would you?
Would I? Oh, I would be delighted to be your friend.
Alice, permit me to introduce myself formally. I am the White Rabbit.
And I, White Rabbit, am Alice, your friend.
Friend, what a lovely sound that has. As your friend, I should give you a getting acquainted gift.
Oh, I adore gifts. What is it?
Your crown.
Oh, wonderful!
Here we are.
That isn't a crown. It's a carrot.
So it is. Well, since we're friends, you can give me the carrot. For Queen Alice.
How lovely.
Now you must give me my gift.
Oh, I hope you like it. I didn't have much time to shop.
I'll nibble it later. We can't be late. She'll be furious.
Are we going to play croquet with the Queen?
Certainly not. We're going to the trial. You're expected.
I am?
You're a witness.
I am.
Take my paw, not a minute to waste. I'm late. I'm late.
Lights out. Act 2, Scene 5, The Trial of the Knave of Hearts. Lights up.
With her head!
We haven't had the trial yet, my dear.
Stuff and nonsense.
You can't stuff nonsense with pepper. Wouldn't taste right.
Oh dear, I'm late. I'm late.
I've never been to a trial before. I imagine it's quite exciting. I suppose they're the jury?
I suppose if you suppose, we all suppose.
What are they doing? They can't have anything to put down yet. The trial hasn't started.
They're putting down their names. They're afraid they'll forget them before the end of the trial.
Silence in the court!
Silence in the court!
Silence in the court.
Read the accusation.
The Queen of Hearts made some tarts all on a sunny day.
I've already heard the accusation.
The Knave of Hearts, she stole those tarts
and took them quite away.
Consider your verdict.
Not yet. Not yet. There's something to come before that.
Call the first witness.
First witness.
It's that Mad Hatter.
Let's see. Beg pardon, Your Majesty. I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for. No?
You ought to have finished.
When did you begin?
What is it? 14th of March.
15th.
Write that down.
Take off your hat.
Well, it isn't mine. You know.
Stolen. Write that down.
No. I keep hats to sell. I have none of my own.
Give your evidence. Don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed on the spot.
Your Majesty. I'm a poor man.
You're a
Majesty,
very
and if
poor
I may-
speaker.
Poor creature. He's frightened of the king.
Silence in the court!
Silence in the court.
I am afraid I don't know much about this case, Your Majesties.
He's not of much use, is he?
You may go. You may go.
Tea time again. Thank goodness.
No room, down.
Next witness, give your evidence.
No.
What do I do now?
You're supposed to cross-examine the witness.
I suppose if I must, I must. What are tarts made of?
Well, pepper, mostly.
Tarts aren't made of pepper mostly. They're made of molasses.
Call that dormouse!
Turn that dormouse out of court.
Suppress her! Off with her whiskers!
Please, you don't have evidence yet.
Call the next witness.
My dear, you must cross-examine the next witness. If you don't, I shall get a headache.
The next witness is Alice.
Here.
Step forward.
Courage, Alice. Courage.
What do you know about this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever.
Nothing whatever.
Write that down. It's very important.
Nothing whatever.
Who is this creature?
Some kind of monster. I met it in the woods. Calls itself Alice.
You forgot Rule 42.
Rule 42?
All creatures named Alice must leave the court. It's the oldest rule in the book.
Then it ought to be rule number 1.
Consider your verdict.
Oh, my friend. My poor friend. I must help her. There's more evidence to come, Your Majesty. This paper has just been picked up.
What's in it?
It seems to be a letter written by a prisoner, or rather, a set of verses.
Read! What's on the paper?
Where shall I begin?
At the beginning, of course.
And go till you come to the end. Ahoy, ahoy!
They told me you had been to her and mentioned me to him. She gave me a good character, but said I could not swim.
Stop! That is the most important piece of evidence we've heard yet.
Nonsense. There isn't an ounce of meaning in it.
If there's no meaning in it, that saves us a world of trouble.
We don't have to look for any.
Let me see that. We have been to her, me to him, gave me a good character, but said I could not swim. You swim, don't you?
No, Your Majesty.
Why then it couldn't be you.
Brilliant deduction.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Very right.
Herb.
I consider your verdict.
Evidence first, verdict afterwards.
Stuff And nonsense. The idea of having the sentence first.
Careful, friend, careful. Don't lose your temper.
Don't lose your temper. Lose your temper.
This isn't a trial at all. It's a mockery.
You hold your tongue.
I won't.
Off with her head.
What are you waiting for? Seize her!
You're nothing but a pack of cards. Nothing but a pack of cards.
Off with her head.
You're nothing but a pack of cards. Nothing but a...
I'm late. I'm late.
Oh!
My ham sandwich!
No ham?
Oh! Molasses? Molasses!
Beware the Jabberwock!
Nothing but a molasses!
The cards! The claws! The catch!
Alice, Alice, Alice. Wake up, Alice dear. What a long sleep you've had. You fell asleep here and I didn't want to wake you. You looked so peaceful.
I had the strangest dream. There was a white rabbit with a pocket watch.
What an imagination. Come along, we're late for tea.
It was a wonderful dream.
A white rabbit with a pocket watch? Who ever heard of such a thing?
The Duchess. The Duchess! Won't she be savage if I've kept her waiting? I'm late, I'm late!
Lights out. Company bows. Lights up. Lights out. End of show. Lights out. Company bows. Lights up.
Thank you.